Stream has started. Okay. No. It's a zeros to the one. I'm in a different mode. You know the big girl. I pick her up and send her home. Okay, most stop this rapping to this song, singing along to this. Stream has started. I don't know if I'm gonna get anyone joining while I'm live, but you'll probably see this because I've just set it as public. Yeah, so naanza forecast ya market wiki. Pair zangu ni mbili, EURUSD na gold. Niwashe trading view hapo kusudi uweze ukaziona. Gold, kwa hiyo itakuwa ni EURUSD, sawa. Okay, kwa hiyo hiki ndo ninachokiona. Tunaanzia kwenye weekly forecast, huwa naanzia kwenye monthly chart. So tutaanza na gold kwanza, tuone kama imefunguka yote. Okay, haitakiwi kufanya hivyo, but acha nifanye hivi. Hello blaza, hivi unafahamu kwamba tupo live? No, like I'm being serious kwamba I'm live, like, and I'm just messing with you. Come on, everybody. But yeah, essentially gonna look at charts for gold and what else? Gold and what else? Gold and EURUSD. However, those are the only two pairs I'm trading at this point in time. Kwa nini EURUSD na gold? Because gold is volatile and maana kwamba I can make a lot of money very quickly, and EURUSD is more stable. Kwa hiyo maana kwamba it's possible for me to keep the money that I make. Essentially have two different trading methods kwamba you have one side ambayo is nini, have one side ambayo inasaidia ku grow profits quickly for the things that I want, alafu another side inasaidia kulipa bills and all that stuff. So I will be switching languages throughout the presentation, throughout the stream, so bear with me if you don't understand. The subtitles below will not pick up on everything I say, kwa hiyo hata ukiona kwamba inazingua, kwa mvumilivu tafadhali. So yeah, what's going on here? This is the monthly chart for gold. Let's zoom out kabisa. Since 2020, roughly 2019, 2020, but gold has just been bullish to the consolidate hopper for like 2-3 years, up at between 2021 and 2021, 2022 was consolidation, and then 2023, basically 21 to 23 was consolidation, and then 24 we had this breakout to the upside. Saivi, towards the end of the year, we had this small retracement. This was January, we pushed higher and made a new all-time high, which was there. And then this is February, we've continued pushing higher. Okay, so we're zooming onto this price action because this is the monthly chart. So price kufika mpaka huko in 1 day is probably not going to be possible. So what am I looking at on the monthly chart? There is a fair value gap right here. See this one-sided fair value gap. So I've marked this out, we traded back into it and then pushed higher. This candle, because it's a high, can potentially be an order block from this level, but it's not confirmed yet because this candle is still forming and this gap is not confirmed yet. We could have a situation where price goes from here and just drops lower. What's the likeliness of that? I don't know. It's possible. So I'm not trying to predict where this current candle is going to close. I'm just working with what's available. And what's available on the chart is this could be a potential area where we could see downward price movement, whether it's this month or next month in March. This is a potential area of downside movement. I don't think we're going to come back all the way to here. Why this point? Because this would be considered as an order block, or this would be considered as the low of a, what do you call this? a breaker slash mitigation block. I still get those things mixed up, so don't quote me here. Okay, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Uh, okay, I'm gonna go check it on this side, and then I'll give you more answers. For now, proceed with other activities that you're doing. Sante. Okay, so yeah, that's why I've marked out this area as potential order block potential. Yeah, my nigga. Okay. Potential order block area. So this is where we could see downside movement too. I've marked up the new all-time high going into next month, although we could break it like next week or the week after. I don't know. So what happens next is I go down to the weekly chart. What do I see on the weekly chart? Several levels of liquidity. These are the monthly chart levels transposed onto the weekly chart. So here, if we were gonna clean this up, I would drag this to somewhere here, and that's why it looked like it was floating at first versus actually being in this position. Okay, but this also looks a lot cleaner because this is where this wick formed, this high formed, and at the same time it's just about the same as that level's opening price. So that's why I moved that to there. It's extended into the end of March because that's what we expect to happen next month. Weekly chart, what do we see? First things first, I see a fair value gap, which formed right here at the end of last week and the beginning of 2 weeks ago. So we have extend that into March, have a bullish fair value gap, so it's safe to expect that next week we're gonna have some bearish price action to at least somewhere there, if not there, or let's say there, if not there, and then maybe see some price action moving higher. Otherwise, we could have a bearish movement which just engulfs this, or we could even have a bullish candle that continues higher. At this point in time, it's still unclear for me because there's nothing for me to key off of. And these levels, it's not a must to have on the chart right now. This is not a must to have on the chart right now. This is a significant low. Why? Because it traded into this fair value gap. And as you can see, okay, let's just mark this out. Let's mark this out. Not mitigated, but break of structure gap. Yeah, man, dude, that's like typing is horrible. So break of structure gap, see a retracement into it, and then price push higher. What also can be done is to use a Fibonacci to measure this movement. Let's see, let's do this. Then say template. All to equals extensions, visibility. I want to see it on the weekly chart also. So using the Feb, you can see this came back to optimal trade entry, and then it pushed into the first level, the first extension, and then there's a second extension, and then there's the third extension all the way up here. Alright, so there's a good chance that we could either go to here next week. Why? Because we closed, towards the end of the month, into the end of the month. Why? Because we closed above this first level's extension. So then it's a good chance that we could see a retracement this way and then price push higher to make new all-time highs. Why is this marked out? Because it was an old high and there's a fair value gap there, meaning break of structure, but also there's no break of structure fair value gap when we run above this high, so that makes me think it's manipulation. So we could have price come back into here, go a bit higher, and then come back down, or we could have an overall retracement to see price push higher. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting bearish prices in gold to somewhere around here. When, I can't tell you yet because this is a weekly chart and just so so much price data that I can't see yet. So that's why I'm not gonna confirm when anything is gonna happen. Plus, it's almost impossible to call exactly when things are gonna happen in the markets, you know. Uh, yeah, this is what it looks like. So I move into the daily chart, and then here is when things start looking like there's a lot going on. Thing is about Fibonacci is you can use it to measure any price swing. Yeah, you use it to measure any price swing. So that means, okay, let's just clean this up a little bit. Okay, that's the wrong button. Apple. At this point, why did I move that to there? Because it just looks cleaner. So as you can see, there's order block, another order block, um, another order block slash fair value gap. Price has just been pushing higher, 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 higher. This is the last 60 days of price action. We've just formed a new high. Why? Because of that if the look back thing. To be honest, I don't really know how to use it properly, but it looks cool on the charts apparently. Kwa hiyo naiacha tu hapo hapo. So move this forward. Kujua kwamba what the last 60 days look like. So that's the okay. Make edits kwamba the lowest low in the last 60 days ilikuwa ni hapa. Ukiangalia 2583.13. And then tukija hapa, the highest high in the last 60 days 294 ngapi? 294.2.66. Okay. So this is what price looks like. As you can see, this is just about at the equilibrium of this price range that we're currently in right now, which gives me more reason to believe we're going to be bearish on gold in the next couple of weeks. What we could see happen is price ishuke mpaka hapa, and then it pushes higher to the second extension first, and then comes back lower. So that is a possibility of what could happen, but don't quote me, man. I'm just showing you what I usually do on the weekends before a trading week starts, so that I can have a bias and some confluences that give me an idea of a bias. I recently removed the 4-hour chart from my analysis kwa sababu it was confusing me. Like nikienda on, if I look at these charts, the 4-hour candle starts at 1800, lakini nikiangalia charts za Rwanda, for the 4-hour charts lands at 1700. And I'm speaking on New York time, which is the time hapa chini, if you can see. I'm speaking on New York time, so the market's open in like 10 hours roughly. But yeah, on these charts, which is 8 cap, inaanza at 1800, lakini ikitumia charts za Rwanda inaanza at 1700. Kwa hiyo the 4-hour chart looks different based on the data ambayo unatumia. Alafu nikiangalia kwa data feed nyingine unakuta kwamba they start at different times also, so it looks like you have 3 different looking charts for the 4-hour, which is why I removed it at first and was working with the 1-hour, but the 30-minute provides so much more detail that the 1-hour doesn't, which is why from this point I moved directly to a 30-minute chart. Just gonna extend this into next week, maybe zoom in a little bit. There's not really much else to say about this area of price action. As you can see, we had, okay, that's the wrong object. Sabu. Actually, what I want to do, okay, so there's a mbele kidogo. By what? By 1. How do I know it's 60 days? So if you click shift and then click here, mpaka hapo, that's 20 bars, that's 40 bars, that's 60 bars. There was a thing in the video where he said like you move it forward every single day and you're supposed to project 20 days forward. So if I was to look 20 days forward from here, it would be 20 bars. And I'm choosing 20 bars because that's 20 trading days versus it's actually 28 days if you include weekends. So that would be March 17. Put a thing there. And then I could decide that I'm not driving this forward until March 17. So that's what's gonna happen. Or I could just continue dragging it forward until we reach March 17. I don't know. I'll decide which one I'm gonna do once I get there. But I was saying on this price action, we formed a high, took a return to this fair value gap, and then pushed higher to make a new all-time high kwenye gold. So measuring this range, hapa mpaka pale, formed the swing high, you think that it's gonna go lower. No, it didn't. The next day it went higher, but it didn't manage to make a new all-time high. And then on Friday, there was a liquidity sweep of something here, and then we saw price just push a lot lower. So what am I expecting to see next week? I still can't tell you, bro. Like for daily chart hapa, okay. First candle, second candle, third candle. Well, I'm expecting it to form a swing high. Kwa swing high kama tunafungua hapa next week, at the very least we're probably gonna come back up. Because why? Because now we have an order block. I just noticed it, so we actually have a bearish order block, or I'm marking these candles as a bearish order block. Kwa nini? Because, well, technically it shouldn't really be I shouldn't be able to mark it as an order block because swing high is not complete or whatever, just like a price swing is not complete. Lakini, what we do have so far is this candle engulfing these two candles, the bodies of the candles, that is, because this one the way can Africa, but the bodies of the candles have been engulfed. So that's why I'm looking at this area as an order block. What do I see happening? Price maybe tapping into here at OTE and then coming back up so that we can push lower into this fair value gap. Or we could push lower into this fair value gap and then see price go higher. I still can't tell you yet. So what do? I go to the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. What does this look like? You know what? Let me go back to the daily chart kwanza. Why do I want to go back to the daily chart? Because I want to drag this forward a little bit. Okay. So now let's go to the 30-minute chart. I have this indicator on because it shows me times of day. Otherwise, this is what my chart looks like at this point in time. For those of you who see this, I'm pretty much giving you a fucking cheat code to be able to look at the high and low of the day on gold. I haven't managed to get it to like perfection yet, but if you see this and you go through the comments, please be sure to let me know if you figure out how to use it properly. But it's just standard deviation of a candle, and it's able to pretty accurately project the high and low of the day on gold. I'm just not exactly sure how to use it yet. Yeah, so we had, so this is when is last week? Last week ilianzia wapi? Hapa. Monday, okay. Yeah, so this is last week essentially of price action. I don't need to put that line. Monday was just bullish, took a 4-minute candle, retracement, ikaendelea retrace, and then we had the second expansion going higher. We took out liquidity hapas, which is what I told you on Friday. We took out a level of liquidity. What I mean by the daily charts, and nisema kwamba this week above we took out some level of liquidity, which is lower time frame liquidity, which is marked over here. Whether you want to use this level or this level, it's all the same. Combined this level, because Friday we took out liquidity and then we went lower. This is invalid, savvy, but I will leave this up here as reference. Kwamba in case price does come back up, there is a chance kwamba this level may hold. Unlikely, but there is a chance kwamba this level may hold. Uh, what else? If I mark out this order block, we've traded below the mean threshold square. It may not even be worth marking up on the charts. Like if we do see price go higher, this would be why. Alternatively, what we can do is use this wick as a rejection block. So use this wick as a rejection block. See price tapped just into it and then continued, and then pushed higher to end the week. Here we go. We have a fair value gap. I'm gonna extend this into midnight. Scans on Monday. Okay, what level is this? 312. 312 in the Rio. Up here, I'll use this as a break of structure gap. And to save time, I'm just gonna save it. Okay. Okay, so turn on the text. Yeah, when if I make any break of structure gap, this is no longer buy side liquidity. The closest level of buy side liquidity we have, because buy side liquidity is just swing highs and swing lows, but that's not really the closest level that we have. The closest level that we actually have is over here. That is a swing high. So this is buy side. Sell side is over here. Sell side inakuja itakaa hapa. Another level of sell side hii hapa karibu hapa, because this is a swing high and a swing low. We swept both sides. Yeah, so depending on how price reacts on Monday within these two ranges, then we'll either see liquidity, like we'll probably see that this taken down to go up, or we'll see this taken down to go up to push lower into this fair value gap upper. Very well could trade into it on Monday. Like I don't see anything stopping price from moving into there. Yes, these are trades that I took, these are losses that I incurred, these are profits that I gained. I don't have any reason to hide or change any of that stuff, because it's not going to change the fact that these trades were taken. So yeah, they're just there on the charts. So yeah, what do I see on gold? With the way this volatility expanded, we have this break of structure gap, which is at the middle equilibrium of an order block. So we could see price go higher in the Asian session, push lower into this rejection block, and then come back there and then go lower. Or we could see price continue going lower and then later in the week push higher into somewhere there. Like I said, I can't tell you yet, but depending on how Monday trades, then we'll be able to get an answer of which direction that we're gonna go with this week. But so far, what I'm seeing, what I'm expecting to happen, is buy side get taken, sell side come back, and then push higher into there so that we can go lower later into the week. So what would that look like? Let me just do this. So this is what I'm seeing. Seeing that, possibly even to there, and then push higher into there. If it doesn't do something like this Monday, so let's extend this to the end of Monday. So this is what possibly could happen on Monday. If not this, what could also happen is we could have price move like this and take this out, and then push lower, to the end of the day. This is something that could also happen. So I'm not giving any guarantees, but yeah, this is what I do. Yeah, that's gold. What does the indicator do? It just shows levels of liquidity in the session, in the kill zone sessions. So it shows New York kill zone here, London kill zone here, and then the Asian session here. It also extends the previous day's high, previous day's low, the daily open, the true day open, etc., etc. Chart looks like it's hella busy, but if you decide that you don't want to do any of that, you don't need to be reminded of any of that, then you literally could just take it off, and life goes on. So next is Euro USD. This is Euro USD, yeah, this is Euro USD. Same thing, monthly chart. So Euro USD, a lot more action, price action than gold. Generally has been bearish over the last couple of years. We had this consolidation. Same thing between 2023 and 2024 roughly. And now price just looks like it broke to the downside. Could be liquidity sweep to push higher. That's a see, we traded into this order block, mitigation block, mitigation breaker. Guess this is a breaker. Yeah, low, lower low, higher low. So this is a breaker. Traded back into this, pushed higher. There's a fair value gap here, but price closed above it on here, which is why this rejection block is being used. So then after trading into rejection block, price moved lower into this fair value gap, where it traded into the low, and then now it's moving expeditedly to this fair value gap above. So that's my target for monthly on Euro USD. I am bullish on this pair, despite the gap that happened there. Price has been moving higher quite rapidly, so it is very possible that we're going to trade back into this fair value gap. But once we get to this fair value gap, we will find out if we're going to continue higher in line with the structure, or we're going to push lower again to take out this level of liquidity before going higher, or trading into this fair value gap before going higher. For now, I'm bullish, right? Like, just that quickly I've been able to have a bias that I'm bullish this week. Gold, I don't really know. Again, so levels of liquidity, this I'm gonna make invisible here. I'm gonna show it on the daily chart here. So we have this level of buy side, sell side. These are swing highs and swing lows. When the month started, I thought we were gonna go lower, but so far we're moving higher. You have this order block here. I have this order block here, extended into the next 2 weeks. And at this main threshold point, there's this buy side liquidity. So what am I seeing next week? I'm seeing the week start bullish, take this buy side out, maybe retrace into down here, or like we could even gap higher and continue into other PDRAs that are just chilling above price action, current price action. So could mark this out as a potential area for retracement. However, yeah, man, talking this much is fuck. I'm not used to it. So yeah, however, it's still unclear. We look like we're in a range from this high to this low. Looks like price is just in a range. I'm expecting to see movement into here by the end of the month, if not at the beginning of next month. So let's go down to the daily chart. Daily chart, what do we see in the real buy side liquidity in economy upper? We see price has displaced through it. Why do I say displaced? Because there is a fair value gap as we're going through this buy side liquidity. Also, let me extend this forward. 16 bars, this is not even right. 20 bars, 40 bars, 60 bars. So this is the range that we had. This is supposed to be 16, 20. It's supposed to be here. So 11th February. So that's 20 days. 20 days, what did we do? We take out the high or low of the last 20 days? We took out the high of the last 20 days. This is the high and low of the previous 20 days. Which one does it look like we're going to take out within the current 20 days, which is what I'm going to use this to extract forward. I don't know why it just seems to flow much easier when you're EURUSD instead of on gold, lakini that's how it is. Kwa hiyo hapa tuna extend mpaka March ngapi? 11. Between March 11 na sasa hivi, which high or low do I see being taken out? So the last 20 days. This is the range of the last 20 days. Hapa kuna hii fair value gap. I'm gonna put a mark on it. So hapa fair value gap A. Fibonacci is also showing that this area kuna kitu hapo, and then we also have this level of buy side. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to see bullish prices going into 63.50. 0.6350. I would tweet it, but fuck it, man. I don't care about clout no more. So what happens after here? I drop to the 30-minute chart because I removed the 4-hour, like I said, from my analysis. Naizima kwanza kwa muda, and then yeah. So this is what happens. Niwezesha chart kidogo, inaonekana hapo kabisa kwamba buy side ilivunjwa, tukaenda juu. If we can see here, we closed below the main threshold here, which makes me think that we're going lower. Yes, I know it's consequent encroachment because it's a fair value gap, but I'm going to use them interchangeably. Equilibrium, consequent encroachment, and mean threshold. I'm going to use those interchangeably because literally they mean all the same thing. So yeah, we closed below the midpoint hapa, and that one too. Alafu price pushed higher, which to me, seeing something like this, it makes me think combo gonna go higher. I'm gonna go lower. I think that we're gonna go lower, especially because we formed the gap hapa going through that low. I'm gonna go lower, but price moved higher, which is why I took the sells, came back into this order block. Technically, we went through the low hapa, so what I can do, say kwamba this is the valid PDRA to the minus hivi at this level. So hii tunaichukua tunaileta hapa, say M30, alafu text tunaiwasha. Tunaelewa kwamba what, this is a break of structure gap. So kama hapa price just traded through this bearish fair value gap, but also what liquidity was it taking out hapa? It wasn't taking out any liquidity. Kwa hiyo, what does that mean? You can't trust it. No liquidity taken, you can't trust it. Pushed higher. This is the gap that we left behind as we broke this high. See, this is 1, 2, 3 candles that ended up breaking this high. Kwa hiyo, this is also a level ambayo tunaweza tukaconsider price inaweza ka retrace tu kabla kuenda juu, kuendelea kwenye majula mbinguni, angani kule kwa kina marubani. Okay, so that's that. This is a fair value gap. Maybe what do I see? I see kwamba the way price has been pushing like this, rejected here and pushed like this, and Friday gold traded lower, this one just pushed higher. Kwa hiyo, to me, pretty much everything is pointing that we're gonna have higher prices all the way into here in the next week or so, unless tuje hapa, sweep of liquidity, come back down into this fair value gap, afu ndo tuondoke juma zima. because this is the low, the high of the fair value gap, ambayo mwisho wa siku it's also an old low. Kwa hiyo ndio hiyo kwamba inaweza kaja ikasweep liquidity afu tukaendelea kupanda juu. And that's pretty much it. Like I could add these back on if you want to see the session highs and lows, but essentially that's it. Like okay, so this is what I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see gold retrace and then push lower, and then I'm expecting EURUSD to continue bullishly. So that's my bias for the week ahead. Let's see if I got any tuners, if anybody tuned in. Nobody tuned in, so yeah, mi namaishia hapo hapo. Kama utakuwa na maswali yoyote, questions, you drop them in the comments. You can send me a DM. I forgot to update the description on this thing because that's the whole point. I was gonna update the description and put another link like I did in the south, so I'll do that later or in the next video. But yeah, for now, that's my bias for the week ahead. Yeah, thanks for watching.